Oh, hi guys, how you doing? Typography, how you guys doing? Okay, welcome to week 5. I hope you guys had an awesome break. I know I did. It was very relaxing, and but very glad to be back. So I hope you guys are too. So let's go and take a look at what we did before the break, where we left off week 4. Now I left a bunch of these tutorials in the announcements area, and hopefully you guys had a chance to take a look at those over the break. If not, these are some wonderful tutorials in InDesign itself and how to set up magazine covers, contents pages, as well as feature spreads. There's also a real nice set of settings here for those of you who have elected to use justified type, so you don't get those rivers in your justified settings. So take a look at that. It works very, very, very well. Okay. Then we have this. This stuff is all here to help you guys, to assist you guys in your magazine design. Everything here is handpicked to that end. Okay. So hopefully you guys had a real good chance to go through that. So now during week 5, let's just jump over here to learning modules, and I just want to take a look at week 5. So what we have coming this week. So let's jump in here. And the first thing I wanted to take a look at was the discussion board. So let's go over there and say, what do we have going on here? Discussion, deciphering encoded meaning. So if I click on that, I want you to go to week 5 and see, describe the conceptual meaning between 3 different, in parentheses, conceptually based, commercial magazine covers and accompanying feature spreads. Show examples and describe how typeface choices complement or interfere with the communication and concept. Okay, what does this mean? This means that the reason we do this is so that you guys can take a look at the kind of continuation, both typographically and visually, that you see between a cover and a feature spread. There is definitely a relationship there, and there should be, and it should be handled both visually and typographically, so that it looks like they were designed at the same time by the same person, kind of, I guess, so to speak. So, so how do you do this? How do you go about this? I want to show you an example of how another student handled this, and I have permission from the student. So let me just go ahead and load that up, and here's what we have. This student right here elected to, and I don't want to show any names, so let's get that out of there. Sorry about that, but anyways, I wanted to look at this student's submission and take a look at the cover. This is a cover. It's New York Times Magazine, so you know it's a quality. You know, it's designed by very competent people, to say the least. So, but what I'm saying here is take a look at the cover, then take a look at the inside spread, the first page of the inside spread, and then the second and third page spreads. So these are designed, of course, in conjunction with each other, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, you can look at the cover and look at the last spread and say, yeah, that's definitely the same piece. And any one of these, if you compare it with any one of the others, you can definitely see both typographically and visually that it's the same. It belongs to the same piece, and that's what you're shooting for in your work, and that's the reason behind this assignment. Okay, and that's how you complete this assignment. So basically, you just describe what that relationship is. The meaning behind the magazine covers and their accompanying spreads. Okay. So in other words, there's no blind relationship. There's always a meaning between a well-designed piece, and those are the things that we're looking for in not only this assignment, but a lot of the other assignments throughout this course. Okay, so the next thing I want to look at is Milestone 3. So if we go back to, our learning mods, and we jump over to mod 5 where we're at today, we look at Milestone 3. Here we see that it's due twice. Well, not really due twice, but due in 2 different places. The first is into the discussion board for peer critique. And then, of course, you're going to submit it for grading. So I want you to take a look at the rubric, which I have lined up, and that's going to tell you how, and then I'll show you an example. But anyways, you're going to submit your magazine cover, your contents page, and your interior feature spread based on decisions and the critique you received from Milestone 2. Now, as you remember, I'm giving you guys a good opportunity to set yourselves up. Because I want this to be as much your work as possible. So once we get where we need to do, I'll help you guys do the fine tuning and get it ready for show, so to speak. As far as a lot of the setup work and that, I really expect you guys to be doing a lot of the research on your own in order to perform a lot of these tasks that are required and asked for you of the project. So back to Milestone 3. You remember last week you submitted, I think it was 3 examples of each or 5 examples of each, and I described which one and why. Well, now we're going to get to the why and to really take a good look. If this week in the reading we had a difference between the macro typography and the micro typography, and we'll be taking a look at both here moving forward. Okay, so you're just basically going to give your final examples, and let me show you. I'll set up your type on the cover, contents page, and interior spread. Include your drop caps, pull quotes, folio, glyphs, and any other typographic elements that are suitable for your message. Be sure to include your images, illustration, and any other design elements. Be ready to defend your design and typographic decisions. Okay, so let's take a look at an example here. Now, this submission was one of the spreads that was one of the choices that was submitted the prior week. Okay, so as you can see, she's got things really set up nicely, and for a reason. So what we did from here is we just fine-tuned some things. We adjusted the image. We adjusted some of the type relationships and some of the spatial relationships and some hierarchy and things like that. But this was how she interpreted all of the critique up till now, and then this is her close to final cover, masthead, everything else, and then you have your your contents page, and then you have your feature spread. So, and then, of course, we adjusted a lot of this typographically. We added more type. We made it more of a 2-page typographic spread, which is more of what we're looking for. And we improved this relationship. A couple other things like that. But nonetheless, this was what she turned in. And this was really an excellent way to set up for success. Okay, so keep that in mind. Use that for your visual. And then, of course, refer to Milestone 3 rubric while preparing that assignment. Okay, now one last thing I want to draw your attention to is our module resources for this week, Module 5. And as every week, as usual, take a look at these things. They're invaluable. Article Communicating with Typography. Go ahead and take a look at that because it's a real nice. This is just so awesome that it's awesome. I don't know what you are, but get out. You know what I'm saying? So just take a look at these. It just really does a real nice way of describing different things. Okay, and then let's go back and take, sorry, I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me pause for a second. All right, sorry about that once again. At any rate, so here we are in the Module 5, and I want to bring your attention to the Module 5 resources, Module Resources folder. So if I pop that open, you'll see this article type, Communicating with Typography, and I'm not going to open that guy because that's what got me in trouble last time, but introduction. This is more of those videos that were included in last week's announcement. So welcome to week 4 announcement. So take a look at those. Those of you who are interested, this will really blossom your techniques. And I guarantee you that there's enough in here to really sink your teeth into and learning how to develop a good and set up a good magazine layout. And you can save these too as templates, by the way, and use them in the future. Then we have this video, InDesign CS5. Now don't forget CS5, that a lot of the commands are going to be identical. If they're not, just do a quick Google search to Creative Cloud or whatever version you have. Okay, and then the last thing I want you to look at is this article, 15 InDesign tutorials for magazine and layout design. And I want to show you something. I'm going to pop that guy open, and we're going to take a look at this layout here, just so You guys, I mean, take a look at all of these examples, but specifically look at this right here. Now, I don't think that there's any question whatsoever that that's just a gorgeous layout, and it's handled just beautifully. So guess what? We've got a tutorial, how to create a professional magazine layout. Go through this, guys. It's a wonderful tutorial. It shows you how this is set up and how you can set it up. And also, again, save those your grids and save your typography settings and your grid settings and everything so that you can use that layout again in the future. That is critical in terms of importance. Okay, so it's got all your settings in here, so be sure to go through it and apply some of these techniques to your work. Okay, that's about all I have for this week, guys. Sorry I took so long, but you know, moving right along, as it were. All right, thanks, guys, very much. I'll see you in discussion board.